Hello and welcome to the Scholars Rest, a channel that is dedicated to you achieving academic excellence and you accomplishing that feat with peace of mind. Now, statistics suggest that up to 90% of students that consistently practice with past question papers in an examination always end up doing very well and earning higher scores in those examinations. Now, as staggering as that statistic may be about the importance of using past question papers to prepare for examinations, the sad reality on ground, many of our schools and our universities, is that many students get to those examinations without ever having to look or even revise with the past question paper in the exams that they are going to take. Now, there could be several reasons why these students decide not to pay any attention to past question papers. One of it could be that they don't feel it's necessary for them to look at past question papers. And for them, they may be justified in that reasoning by thinking that, oh, the past question is in the past, it's an exam that was in the past, we are currently in the present, and so that's not the exam I'm about to write, so there's no need. Another reason could be that these students feel it's a waste of their time looking at the past question papers. And the argument there could be that, oh, we have a lot of content for us to, materials for us to read and prepare for this examination. So why take away time I would have used to read all of the materials for this exam and use that time to be looking at past question papers? So they feel it's a waste of time. Let's use our time for more important things like covering all of the materials for the examination. And another reason could be that many of these students get into this examination without looking at the past questions because many may not even realize that the past questions themselves is a strategy for you to even consider going into an examination. Now, whatever the reasonings may be, what I want to do in this video is to give you an insider perspective from the part of an examiner, one that sets the questions in an examination, and to give you a strong reason why you can depend and trust in past question papers for preparing for your examination. My name is Dr. George Ukam. I'm a lecturer and researcher in one of Nigeria's leading universities. And in this video, I'll be giving you 3 reasons why you can trust past question papers as a reliable examination preparation strategy. So let's dive in. So the number 1 reason why I think you can trust and depend on using past question papers as a reliable strategy for preparing for your next examination is this. Lecturers or the examiners is how the lecturers and the examiners feel about examinations. So this first point is taking us into the psychology or the mindset of these lecturers and examiners going into an examination. Now, I speak as an examiner and lecturer myself. The average lecturer or teacher is excited to teach, is excited to do research. Now, those aspects of their responsibilities brings out their creativity. So a lecturer can decide to change the style of the lecturing, bring in innovations that can make the study and the lecture exciting and all of those things. All of those things make lecturing, teaching, and doing research to be interesting. However, when it comes to examinations, most examiners, lecturers are bored when it comes to examinations. So examinations do not elicit excitement on the part of the examiners. So because the examiners are not excited about the examiners are not motivated when it comes to examinations. So one obvious thing that will happen is that they will tend to go and cycle questions. So examination is not one area where the examiner wants to be creative, wants to try new things. He just wants to get it over with. And so he's most likely going to recycle questions. And so that means that you as a student can trust and rely upon past question papers as a useful strategy in preparing for your next examinations. The second point is the workload. Now, using my experience in the Nigerian academic system, I believe that the average lecturer, which is obviously also the examiner, is overburdened with responsibility. In my estimation, the average lecturer is probably doing the job of 3 persons, his own job and the job of 2 other persons. Now, because of the nature of that workload on the lecturer, he will try as much as possible to minimize the level at which the workload comes upon him whenever exams is called upon. Now, let me break it down for us a bit. Whenever we say we are going into an examination, immediately these responsibilities come upon the average lecturer or examiner. Number one, he thinks about how he's going to set the questions for that exam. Number two, he begins to think about how he's going to prepare the marking scheme. Number three, those exams will have to be invigilated, and that examiner will be involved in those invigilations. Number four, obviously, those papers will have to be marked and graded. And then number five, the result will have to be prepared and published to the students. Now, so whenever we mention examinations, immediately these 5 responsibilities comes upon the mind of the examiner. The examiner is not going to be inclined to be creative with this examination setting whenever you call for examination. And so the natural thing to do is to try as much as possible to recycle questions so that that workload minimizes as much as possible. So what that means is that the workload is forcing a lot of the examiners to recycle questions so that they minimize the pressure that comes upon them. But that also means that the student that uses past questions to prepare for examination is doing something very wise and can rely upon past questions. If you find the content of this video so far useful and interesting, I will please request that you like this video. Please also subscribe to the channel and please share this video to your friends, to your classmates, to your family members, and to your colleagues. I believe there are a lot of students and young people out there that might find the content of this video very useful for them in the academic journey. And also, I would like you to please get onto the comment section. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me also know what challenges you may be facing in the course of your academic journey, whether in the secondary schools, whether in higher institutions. Let me know what challenges you may be facing as students in your academic journey. And we might just be able to do a video that can help you overcome those challenges. So point number 3 on why you can trust and rely upon past question papers as a strategy for doing well in your next examination is that past papers offers unique insights. Past question papers offer unique insights. So let's just say that we have an examiner that is overly excited and has so much energy and doesn't want to recycle questions and decides to set fresh questions year in, year out in an examination. Now, even if that is the case, past questions will still be useful because there are certain key information that taking a past question will give you. And if you use those information well, you could be better prepared for the next examination than the next student who never saw the past question. Now, one key insight that past questions will tell you is the duration of the examination. So, for instance, if you take a past question paper, you will see that this exam was supposed to be taken within 2 hours. So, as a very useful information, as a student, you could now say, okay, so this exam is going to be for 2 hours. So, you could begin to strategize on how you could effectively use 2 hours to do that exam and complete everything you have to do within the duration of that time. So a student who never knew how long the exam is going to be and what to expect may not probably utilize that 2 hours judiciously. Another key insight that past question offers is that it could show you what areas you can expect question to come in the examination. So remember, this lecturer has decided that every year if you take the past questions and look at them from year to year, coming to the present year where you want to take the examination, you could be able to see key areas where exam will always come out, and it can help you prepare and revise those areas, and you are better prepared than the next person that never saw a past question paper. Another key insight that past question paper offers is the way marks are going to be distributed when the script is going to be marked. So for instance, if you take a past question paper, one that was well done, you will see that question 1A will have the amount of mark that that question is going to take. So let's say, for instance, a lecturer asks you to define a term. Let's say define agriculture. And in the question paper, it puts 2 marks there. Now, that 2 marks offers you insights as to how much that lecturer is expecting you to write for that particular question. So a student that sees define agriculture, 2 marks, will go ahead and write a 1 or 2 sentence definition of agriculture and will end there. But a student that does not understand what that 2 marks mean and has not interacted with the past question paper may go ahead and write 1 paragraph or 2 paragraphs. It will not be useful because based on that distribution of marks, that lecturer is not demanding so much from you for that particular definition. So these are some of the key insights that you gain by interacting with the past question paper in preparing yourself for the next examination. So in this video, I've been able to give you 3 reasons to justify why you can depend on past question papers as a reliable strategy if you want to do well in your next examinations. Now, in the next video, what I would want to do is to then show you how to now revise and prepare for the examination using the past question papers. Please do well to like this channel, do well to subscribe, and do well to share this video. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.